Hey guys, what's going on? It's another idol. We are back inside of Destiny, and you may have got some news signing into Destiny today. The 1.2.0 patch is live. I've just downloaded it, just got in, and we got a special splash screen before we could go anywhere. It's pretty damn exciting, to be honest, and I'm really happy with this update. We'll just go over some of the patch notes that have been released. So the first one is the Vex Mythoclast was not respawning with primary ammo, and that has now been fixed. One other big one is that the Black Hammer now has the Hive Disruptor perk, and you can now get that wonderful yellow box around your Black Hammer. So it is now complete. They've fixed the issue with the White Nail perk, not proccing properly and like disrupting the disrupting the White Nail. And yeah, guys, I'm just like really happy with this patch. It's pretty ridiculous, guys. Let's go through some more of the patch notes. Salvage, they've moved the first relic to more consistently appear in a centralized position on the map, which is fantastic because, you know, sometimes when playing Salvage, you could be one side of the map and it would spawn the other side of the map and really like favor the other team, which is great. And it's also fixed an issue which caused players to wait an excessively long time to respawn, which I know a lot of people had this issue, myself included. It was super annoying, so I'm really glad that they've fixed this. Hopefully, you know, this is going to improve the Crucible experience quite, you know, remarkably. So faction reward packages also now no longer produce shards, so you won't get any shards in there anymore. The speaker. Now let's go. Before we go into the Hall of Guardians, because I know you've just been watching the video footage, and the Hall of Guardians is open. And we'll go back there in a second. Let's just go have a look at the speaker, because the speaker will now exchange Ascendant and Radiant materials for Glimmer and Motes of Light. I didn't think this was going to come in this patch. I thought it was going to come once House of Wolves has been released, but it turns out that Bungie are feeling a little giving and are giving us this stuff. It's not there right now. Okay, that's fine. Zer will now exchange strange coins for Motes of Light. Let's have a look, see if that's in.
The 9 show you these.
Nope, not there yet. Okay, cool. I wonder why. I have the patch. It says that's in the patch notes for this one. Anyway, moving on. Commendations are no longer required to purchase gear, which is great. Commendations were a pretty useless thing past, you know, level 31. You didn't really need them, and commendations can now be converted to receive plus 250 reputation gains in Vanguard, Crucible, or faction rep. So if you have a faction item on, like I have the New Monarchy cloak on right now, I would probably gain 250 rep in New Monarchy. Let's just test this out. Test this out quickly. Use, and there we go. Plus 312. So it's actually affected by the Nightfall buff as well, which is fantastic because now you can get a hell of a lot more rep per commendation. So before you burn all your commendations, make sure you get the Nightfall buff. You actually get 312 instead of the 250. So there's been a lot of UI changes as well. And there's been a few Grimoire changes. Well, Mercury Grimoire card has now been activated. And there's been a few more technical things, back-end sort of stuff done. I'll link the patch note, or the full patch notes into the description of this. But the most exciting thing that I've come across on this patch, or everybody's going to come across, is that Petravenge is now back in the tower. So you can start doing the Queen's Wrath stuff ahead of time.
I'm looking for guardians who can handle a few.
So we actually have new bounties, so you can hunt down some of the wolves in the tower Yeah, this I'm actually lost for words. This is actually, you know, a damn good surprise. So you can get all the new shaders. You can get all the shaders that were on offer within the Queen's Wrath event, which started at launch, but it never actually materialized again until now, which is, you know, great. You've actually got some real bounties to do. The bounties last time weren't that great. They were pretty stock. I'm actually going to pick up a couple of these now because I'm actually going to do these once this video is over.
I'll see that you get reward. Good luck, guys.
So yeah, you can start earning rep towards your Queen's Wrath now, right now, ahead of Tuesday's launch. Bungie have actually done something really interesting, and they've announced the patch notes for 1.2.01, which is the House of Wolves release. What I think they've done is they've split the patch, the release up into two different parts. So we'll probably get another download on Tuesday, just to break it up, because it seems like the patch that we were expecting isn't fully deployed. There's going to be more parts to that coming on Tuesday. So let's go through some of the patch notes that are coming on Tuesday as well. So this is going to be more PvP centralized and the release of House of Wolves. So in PvP, there are going to be a daily reward package upon completion for the first game of the daily featured Crucible playlist. There's going to be passage coins added to all reward streams across all playlists, including the daily reward package. So you'll be able to get those passage coins for Trials of Osiris. Crucible marks and Crucible reputation earnings across all playlists has been increased by 100%. So you will get double reputation and marks from playing the Crucible, which is a great incentive. Increased rare weapon and gear drop chance for completing games across all playlists by 100%. Rewards are going up, so there's less chance for you upon completion of a Crucible match to get nothing. Added legendary weapon drops to the Crucible reward system across all playlists, so we'll be able to get legendary weapons now at a much higher rate, which is fantastic. And all Dark Below maps are now free for everybody, which, gets more of the community involved, which I think is a great, gesture by Bungie. The maps were pretty fun to play. They were okay, but having them in the standard rotation is, better because it gets more people in them. Simply just gets more people in them. There's some special changes coming to the Iron Banner when that next launches. There's an adjustment to the power curve for Iron Banner. So this accommodates to the competitive range of power in the House of Wolves. So there may be more of a difference between level ranges. Across one Iron Banner event, players competing in Iron Banner with more than one character on the same account will receive a reputation boost for the lower ranked characters to reach parity with the higher ranked character more quickly, which I think is amazing, because if you like grinding Iron Banner on all three characters, the characters that are the lower level are going to get a reputation boost, so you're going to be able to rank up more quickly with those other two characters, which I think is an amazing addition. It's just going to make your ranking a lot quicker. 6 additional Iron Banner bounties have been added to the bounty rotation. Iron Banner bounties have been stock for so long, and these are much needed. I think that these are going to be welcomed by the majority of players. I think this is a great addition. Removed an errant buff from Iron Banner control playlist. I'm not quite sure what that is. And Etheric Light will now be available, or a chance as a reward, at ranks 3 and 5. I don't think these are going to be guaranteed at ranks 3 and 5. I think there's going to be a chance for you to get them. So don't be too, eager about getting Etheric Light as a definite. Don't take that as a definite. It's probably a chance. Now, there's been some other interesting changes to the Cryptarch and the Tower. The Cryptarch will no longer convert newly acquired legendary engrams to shards. Thank God that this is a change, because there's been so many times when you get an engram and it just turns into shards and you just want to jump off the edge. So they've nerfed the Cryptarch, which is a welcome addition. So you are not going to give me shards anymore, thank God. There's also been something stated about this current patch is actually releasing engrams that are supposed to be in the House of Wolves release. So if you get engrams, save them, because they will actually be dropping House of Wolves stuff on Tuesday. So if you can save all the engrams that you get, you'll be getting House of Wolves stuff out the gate, because there's some engrams that the Cryptarch won't be able to recognize. So save your engrams. Daily Heroics will produce Motes of Lights in lieu of shards, so no more shards from Daily Heroics. It will just be Motes of Light, which is cool. And Ascending, Year 1 Legendary and Exotic gear can be upgraded to the highest power levels available in Year 1. So all your Legendary stuff can be ascended to the maximum power level, which will be 365 for weapons, and it will be different variations for armor levels, which is, you know, to be expected. I don't think that sort of figure's been released yet, so we'll have to see on Tuesday. The control UI above the mini scoreboard has been fixed and returned to the player's HUD, and there's also a new connection recovery system which is in the beta once House of Wolves has been fully released. They're trialing a new system in the Trials of Osiris where if you get disconnected, you're going to be reconnected to that group. If you can't be reconnected, you'll be taken back to orbit, but they're going to try and get you back into those games that have been that you've been disconnected from, which I think is great, because there's been so many times where you get an error. I mean, especially playing on Xbox One, that pesky weasel error. There's been so many times where you get kicked out for no apparent reason. You get that black screen, you're back to orbit or the main title screen, and you've just lost all your progress. You know, you could be at the end of a Nightfall strike, or in the middle of a Crucible match, and you just get kicked out for no apparent reason. So they're trialing something that's going to be only in the Trials of Osiris for now. This isn't going to be widespread. It's just going to be in the Trials of Osiris because it's more of a competitive environment. It's a smaller environment that they can test this in before they roll it out across the board, which I think is smart. They'll probably be collecting data on how it's handled and how this is done. So, like I said, I think this is a great addition. And I think that, you know, Destiny is improving a lot, and I think House of Wolves is going to be a real turning point for Destiny. And yeah, I'm just really impressed with this patch, and I can't wait to see what Bungie have in store for us, because this Petrovenge appearance within the tower was certainly a surprise. And look at that ship, guys. That ship is like totally fucking badass. It is totally cool. Look at that. Just look at it. Oh man, that is cool. Alright guys, that's it from me. I don't want to take any more of your time. I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time back inside of Destiny. Have a good weekend and enjoy all of the new stuff within this patch.